Hey guys, what is up? Array Mage here, doing another World of Tanks 360 beta review. Today, guys, we're going to be doing the Tier 9 American medium tank, the M46 Patton. This is a very good tank. It's a tank that it's a team player kind of tank. It's a very good tank. It's a bit underestimated, I feel, and that has a lot to do with just how good the E50 is. But the M46 is surprisingly a little bit more competitive than most people think. It's a different play style that some people are not used to. Now, we're going to go ahead and go into the packages, and we're going to look at the stock what this tank offers. You start off with a 560 horsepower engine. You start off with a 90 millimeter M3, 160 millimeters of penetration, and 240 damage. Now that's obviously very underwhelming at tier 9 stock. It might have been okay, I guess, at tier 8, but it's very underwhelming. There you are with 36 traverse speed for your tracks. There you go with your turret, 38 traverse, and 400 view range. Now, those are not horrible numbers. You do see your armor 101 millimeters from the front, and your side and rear armor values, which are about the same at 76. Now, the problem with this tank is you have a very frustrating grind in it, and I've said in the Pershing, you know, I used to whine, cry, and complain about how the grind was very difficult in the German mediums. I did not know how well I actually had it. Now, you can look at these packages, and you have 3 to go by, really. And you obviously want to get to here. You want to get to this very top package. Now, you could always bite the bullet and just say you want to go with a you could go with a stopgap measure, and you could go over to a 704 horsepower engine here, which will give you some speed. I believe the tracks are actually about the same, but you do upgrade in a slightly higher penetrating 90 millimeter gun with 172 millimeters of penetration. You get no change in the turret. Let me see if I can put that package on. You'll see the difference. As you can see, different gun. Not much of a big difference, but it does make the tank a little bit more usable. Now, you want to get to here. At least when you get to here, at least when you get to this package, you do get a new turret, 410 meters of view range. I believe the traverse speed's a little bit higher. Track traverse, I believe, is higher at 38. Might be the same. I have to look at that again. 180 millimeters of penetration, 704 horsepower engine. This is basically the final main gun of the Pershing, which is not bad. It had very good accuracy, respectable accuracy. You know, you could live with the accuracy. I mean, it wasn't as accurate as the L71 on the Panther II, but you could work with it. You know, it wasn't bad at all. Now, here's where you want to get in the end. And now, as you can see here, much bigger gun, 105, very nice gun. This is the first true 105 long-barreled gun that can hit hard. This isn't a 105 derp. It's a hard-hitting 105. Let's go ahead and look at the numbers. 820 horsepower. Now you're pepping right along. 218 millimeters of penetration, and you have 390 damage. And you see your view range is about the same, and track traverse. This is a very punchy gun, very punchy tank once you get to the final upgrade. And as I said, it's very painful. Grinding on this tank is frustrating, but it is worth it once you get here. Now, it's a tank that's a bit underestimated, and it has a lot to do with the accuracy of the gun, which I am going to show you. There are ways to make this tank very useful. You just have to understand you're not going to be necessarily damage dealing in this tank. It's all about what you do outside of damage. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and switch to some gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, here we go. Sand River Encounter Battle. This is not really all that impressive of a gameplay, really, but this demonstrates what this tank is good at. It is a team player kind of tank. This is a tank where if you're not penning someone, you're not dealing out damage, there are other ways to help your team. There are other ways to benefit from what this tank is capable of. It's a generalist. And, of course, you're going to be doing a lot of that because of the inaccuracy of this gun. It will let you down. I'm guaranteeing you're going to have moments where it's going to let you down. Now, you'll notice here on encounter. Typically, most people will meet up top on the north side of the map. My teammates all decided they wanted to go to the cap, and of course, anybody that's played, Sand River Encounter will tell you most people go up to the north side, and we all like to meet in the middle and kill each other. It's pretty entertaining when it happens. But that didn't happen. My teammates all went to the south side, and at this point, I'm thinking, this is not going to be good. This is not going to end well, because I'm thinking they're leaving the north side completely wide open. And keep an eye on my teammates at the very north. They're going up on the mountain. Now, I decide, you know what, I ain't going to push up there and get killed. Usually what I would do is I'd run up, get some spots, help my teammates out that are camping with the tank destroyers, that are just a tad bit south, usually where we spawn. And usually they could, wear them out. But I decided not to do that because I know I don't have enough gun. Here's a T-29. I know I can't win that fight. He's got a thicker turret armor than me, and this is something I forgot to touch on in the review. The turret on this tank, you don't have a really thick gun mantlet, but it's there, and you can get bounces. Most of the bouncing is going to have more to do with the angle of the turret than anything else. And you can, hold down is still a viable tactic and option to consider in this tank. Just don't count on the bounces as much. It doesn't have the thick, wide gun mantlet that the Pershing has. The M48 gets some of it back, but we're talking about the M46 right now. So you can do bouncing. You can benefit from hull down, just not in the way you would expect it would. It does it differently from the Pershing. Now here, I'm trying to think of a way to flank the enemy team, and I'm just thinking, what can I do? I don't know if I got those two spots on those heavies up there, but I got the spot on that, the heavy down at the bottom. I spot a Tiger II here, and watch this gun. I mean, it's not a very accurate gun. It can sometimes really... I mean, just look at that gun. I mean, it's not very accurate. If you have used the T-32 and you have the final gun on it, you're going to be pretty familiar with this gun. This is the cousin of that gun, basically. I believe it's probably higher penetrating. It may even have a faster reload, but the accuracy is very much similar. It's frustrating to use at times, but, you got it, and you see right there, I just went a little bit to the right, and part of that is I didn't let the crosshairs zero in on my target. And I'm not too eager to push up. You just have to learn to accept when you're not going to pen somebody. And Tier 8 and lower, this tank will do just fine against those tanks. You have to be smart and outsmart your opponents. If they're Tier 9 and higher, you will be frustrated by E50s. You will be definitely frustrated by the heavies and the E75s and M103s, and of course, Tier 10 is going to really infuriate you. Now, you see, this gun it's capable of some respectable accuracy, just don't count on it. The accuracy does you no favors. As I was talking about earlier, this is a tank outside the scope of damage. When you are shooting someone, you're going to bounce shots. Everybody's going to have moments like this in this tank. Keep in mind, this tank does more than that. The view range, you can spot people. You can at least set enemy tanks, enemy vehicles up to be obliterated by your opponent, by your teammates that have tank destroyers, by your teammates that have better German main guns than your American gun. So your teammates can help you out. They can dig you out of the hole you've put yourself in with the M46 Patton. You can do more outside of the scope of just, shooting somebody. Remember, your teammates can bail you out here. And as you can see here, I'm thinking, what can I do with this Churchill? Now, he ends up getting behind this rock, and that, of course, irritates me. But I'm thinking, alright, I can see right now my teammates up to the north are coming out. They're going to do me a favor here. I can't hurt this guy. I mean, you see right here, I'm searching around trying to see if I can get a weak spot, and he only gives me his turret. I didn't like the shot, and I didn't want to sit there and let him get a shot on me, and as you can see, I'm one shot at this point. I'm going to get killed if I'm stupid. So I'm being patient. I know my teammates are coming. I just see them. They're pushing down. They're gonna bail me out of this spot. And I'm thinking, alright, all I gotta do is keep them spotted, let my teammates do their job. Remember, you can be credited for the damage your teammates deal to enemy tanks, just so long as you're the guy spotting the enemy vehicles. Here I'm going to make a cheeky little shot on this Churchill that was shooting at, or I'm sorry, it's not a Churchill, it's a Black Prince. But you'll see, it's capable. This gun is capable. It's not horrible, not as bad as some people think, but it isn't, you know, I mean, you will sit there and say, I can see why people don't like it. The gun is frustrating. Alright, I'll go ahead and talk about recommended equipment. Vertical stabilizer. This tank is outstanding on the move. You can almost say the accuracy is forgiven because of the on-the-move accuracy the M46 has. It is a capable drive-by shooter. You will tick people off with the way you can just hit people on the move. Takes a little bit of practice, but once you get used to it, the on-the-move shots are fun as hell to hit on people. Coated optics. You could consider the telescoping sight, but you have to stay stationary for that, so I don't recommend it. That's more of a personal taste thing. And of course, you know, you can only benefit from more view range. So telescope, coated optics obviously are outstanding. I would recommend, guys, medium caliber gun rammer. Definitely, I mean, the quicker the reload, the better. You're not all that accurate. You might as well just sling as much lead in the enemy tank's direction as you can to make up for your lack of accuracy. You've seen there, I kind of, you know, really dumped a bunch of lead into that Tiger II early in the match. That was to make up for any kind of issues with not penning him or even missing him. So, and I did well, you know, laying the damage on him. Another thing to remember, you could consider camouflage on this tank, the camouflage net. Don't recommend it. You know, you're just not an effective enough sniper, but you do have a higher camouflage value than the E50s, so it's something to consider. Alright guys, this gameplay review is coming to an end. I will be doing the M48. It will be coming up shortly, so you guys can expect that real soon. Catch you guys later.